Myself, Jayapriyanka, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. I am going to handle the subject Digital Electronics on topic Combinational Logic. Here, these are the contents that we are going to see in the combinational logic. Sum of product, product of sum, standard SOP and POS, then about the conversions, minterm and maxterm, at last K-map. Sum of product. The sum of product form is a method simplifying the Boolean expressions of logic gates. So you all know this is the or, this is and can be represented using the dot operation, and or can be represented using the plus operation. In sum of product, you have to sum the product terms. So see, this is the example for SOP. The sum of product can also called SOP. F of A, B, C. So these are the three variables. So we have to use A, B and C for the sum of products. A, B, C plus A complement, B, C complement. So as I already told, you have to sum the product terms. These are the product terms. So these are the product terms A, B, C, and A complement, B, C complement. Whether it is in complement or normal form, you have to see the product or sum term. So this is the product term. We have to sum the product term. So we are using the sum over here. This is the example for SOP. And then POS is nothing but just an opposite for SOP is the POS. In product of sum, when two or more sum terms are multiplied by a Boolean AND operation. So we have to product two sum terms. For example, f of A, B, C equal to A complement plus B dot B plus C complement. So these two are the sum terms. We are going to product these sum terms. This is your product of sum. Then moving on to the standard SOP and POS form. The canonical forms are the special cases of SOP and POS form. These are also known as standard SOP and POS form. So here in the canonical form, in SOP or POS, all the individual terms do not involve all the literals. For example, take this AB plus A complement BC. This is nothing but SOP. In SOP, our product terms are summed. So in between we will have plus. So this is the SOP. AB plus A complement BC. So see here. The literal C is not present here. Here we are having all the literals. So this is under the SOP or POS. In SOP or POS only, we don't have all the literals in each and every term. If each term in SOP or POS contain all the literals means, then that is called a canonical form of standard SOP or POS. Each individual term in the POS is called max term. So in the POS, we will call it as a max term. In SOP, we call it as a min term. So SOP means min term, POS means max term. In min term, we look for the functions where the output result is 1. So we are going to use the value 1 for the min term, and max term, we look for the function where the output result is 0. So we are going to use 0. Then we perform sum of min term, also known as sum of product. SOP, we are going to perform the sum of min terms. In POS, we are going to perform the product of max term. Here we are going to use the min term and max term. In min term and max term, we have to remember only the two things. In SOP, we are going to use only the min term. POS means max term. Min term, we have to use 1. Max term means 0. Then convert SOP to standard SOP. We all know what is standard or canonical SOP. In SOP, not all the literals are present. In standard or canonical SOP form, all the literals are present. So these are the 4 steps. Finding the missing literal in each product term. So this is the first step. We have to identify the missing literal in each product term. Then we are going to AND each product term. Then expand the terms by applying the distributive law. Then reduce the repeated product terms. So take this as an example. F of A, B, C. Here we are having 3 variables. So we are having 3 variables over here. F of A, B, C. This is the first term, second term and third term. So AB plus BC plus AC. First step is to find the missing literals in each and every term. So first term AB. See, in AB, which literal is missing? C is missing. So just to mention, literal C is missing over here. Then in BC, literal A is missing. In AC, literal B is missing. So this is the first step. We have to identify the missing literals in each and every term. In step 2, AND the product term with missing literal plus its complement. So we have to AND the product term with the missing literals and its complement. So see, take the first term itself. AB, C is missing. We already found. So dot, we have to AND. So C plus C complement plus BC. In BC, A is missing. So missing literal plus its complement. This is the second step. So A plus A complement. Then plus AC dot B plus B complement. In between, if you are having plus sum, means in bracket you have to use sum. Before that we have to use the product. Okay, we have to product the missing literals. So this is the second step. After finding the missing literals, we have to product the missing literals plus and its complemented form. Step 3 is expand the terms and reorder the literals. So this is the expression we got in our step 2. So expand and reorder. A, B, C. We have to multiply the term inside. So A, B, C, A, B, C complement plus B, C, A. We have to go with in a order. So A, B, C. Then plus A complement B, C plus A, B, C plus A, B complement C. This is the expanding the terms and reorder the literals. Reorder is nothing but here B, C, A. So we have to put A first, then B, then C. This is the reorder. Expanding, we are going to multiply the terms inside. So this is the third step. Then fourth step is nothing but omit repeated product terms. Why we have to omit the repeated product term means we have the theorem A plus A equal to A. So we have to omit the repeated product term using the theorem. So see here A, B, C. A, B, C plus A, B, C complement plus A, B, C. These are the terms we got in our step 3. A, B, C is repeated thrice. Here, then this one and here. So we have to keep only one A, B, C and remove remaining 2 terms. So this can be removed, and this one also can be removed. So ABC complement, and this can be removed. Then plus A complement BC, then this can be removed, plus A B complement C. So fourth step is nothing but we have to omit the repeated product terms. We have to keep one term, then it can be repeated 2 or 3 times, means remove the remaining terms. This is the step 4. So for the conversion of SOP to standard SOP or POS to standard POS form, the procedure is same only. So this is the example. First step is missing literals we have to find out. Then and the product terms by its missing term and its complement. Then we have to expand and reorder. Then we have to omit our repeated product term. Then convert POS to standard POS form. Find the missing literal. Here, the one thing we are going to change over here is OR. We have to OR each some terms. See here, this is the example. In POS, in between we will have product. So A plus B dot B plus C dot A plus C. The first step is same. Finding the missing literals in each sum term. F of A comma B comma C equal to A plus B dot B plus C dot A plus C. This is the question. We have to find out the missing literals. So in first term C is missing. Here A is missing. Then last B is missing. Then second step is OR the sum terms with missing literal plus and its complement. So A plus B, as I already told, in between if you are having the product, means in bracket we have to use the product. We have to sum here. So A plus B plus missing term is C. So C dot C complement. Then B plus C, A is missing. So plus A dot A complement. Then A plus C, B is missing, plus B dot B complement. So missing literals we have to find out. Then we have to add the sum terms with your missing literals and its complement. Then step 3 is same. Expand the terms and reorder. So this is the expression we got in our step 2. So we have to expand those terms. Just now take it inside. A plus B plus C. Then A plus B plus C complement. Then dot B C A. So reorder A B C. So A plus B plus C. Then dot B C A complement. A complement B C. Then A C B. Reorder A plus B plus C. Dot A B complement A plus B complement plus C. This is the expression after expanding the term and reorder the literals. Then fourth step is nothing but omit the repeated sum terms. So you have to see the repeated terms. See here, A plus B plus C is repeated thrice. So remove the A plus B plus C here. We have to keep it once. So A plus B plus C dot A plus B plus C complement. We removed this term. Then dot A complement plus B plus C. Then we remove this term. Dot A plus B complement plus C. So this is the conversion. We saw two conversions. How to convert the SOP to standard SOP form and how to convert the POS to standard POS form. Then this is about the min-term and max-term table. We all know SOP is min-term, POS is max-term. So here min-term can be represented using the small m, max-term means capital letter M. 0 means complement in min-term, 0 means normal form in min-terms, whereas 1 is a complement in max-term. You have to remember these things before going into this table. So min-term, as I already told, in min-term 0 means complement. SOP, SOP is nothing but product terms. So A complement, B complement, C complement. Here this one is A complement, B complement, C is 1. So just to put C. 1 means normal form, 0 is complement in min term. A complement, B, C complement. Likewise, we have to put for the min terms. So 1, 1, 0 means A, B, C complement. Then M0, M1, you have to represent it using the min term representation. Min terms means small m. So this is the value of 0. This is the value of 1. 110 means binary value. 110 means decimal 6. So M6. Then moving on to the max term, POS. POS means plus we have to use. So A plus B plus C. This is the one term. Max term means POS. So 0 means normal form. So A plus B plus C equal to capital letter M0. Then 0, 0, 1. A plus B plus C complement. 1 means complement equal to M1. This is the value of 1. Then 0, 1, 0. A plus B complement plus C equal to M2. Likewise, we have to write for the max term. This is the table representing the min terms and max terms. Here the one thing you have to remember here is 0 means complement in min term. Max term 1 means complement. Here we are going to use the small letter m. In max term we are going to use the capital letter m. Then this is in POS form, min term in SOP form. In min terms, they have given some examples. F of A, B, C. 3 literals. So they have given the expression. We have to find out the min terms. So in min terms, complement means 0. So A complement, B complement, C complement. 0, 0, 0. M0. 0, 1, 0. 2. 0, 1, 1. 3. Then here 1, 1, 1. M7. You have to make a summation small m. Take only the numbers 0 to 37. These are the min terms for this expression. So you have to identify the numbers for the given expression. For second, f of A, B, C equal to A complement B complement C plus A complement BC plus A B complement C plus ABC. So 0, 0, 1 is 1, 0, 1, 1, 3, 1, 0, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 7. So summation small m 1357. Then moving on to the max term. In max term, f of A, B, C equal to, they have given some expression. So here 0 means complement in min form means in max term 0 means normal form. So A plus B plus C is 0, 0, 0. Then 0, 1, 0 is 2. 0, 1, 1, 3. Complement means 1. So 1, 1, 1 is represent M7. So capital letter M, summation capital letter M 0, 2, 3, 7. Take only the numbers. Just vice versa of the min term. Complement means 1. First we have to identify the binary number. Then for that respective binary number, you have to represent in a max term form. Then you have to use only the numbers by putting the summation. So these are the min terms and max terms. They will give one expression. You have to identify the min terms and max term for that given expression. Then about the K-map. K-map means Karnaugh map. So a visual way to simplify logic expression is a K-map. It gives the most simplified form of the expression. So these are the expressions. We have to simplify the expression using the K-map. In K-map, we are having 3 variables. 3 variables up to 3, 2, 3 and 4. 3 types of variable K-map. So in two variable K-map, see, this is the example for two variable K-map. 0, 1, 0, 1. This is default representation. So we have to note all these things while drawing the K-map. Zero, 1, okay, for row 0, 1. This is the two variable K-map. So we have to use two variable x1 and x2. Instead of x1 and x2, you can also use A and B. Then we have to number inside the cells 0, 1, 2, 3. So the first thing is we have to draw the cells. How we can draw the cells? How many cells we have to draw for each and every variable K-map means there is one formula 2 power n. So this is the two variable map. Here we have to substitute value 2 instead of n. 2 power 2 is 4. So we have to use 4 cells. So 0, 1, 2, 3. We have to number like this only. This is nothing but M0, M1, M2, M3. Min terms. We all always represent each and every variable K-map. Default representation is SOP, min term. So after plotting all these things, we have to move into the problem. These are the default things we have to note before going into the K-map. So ordering of variables is important for f of x1, x2. So x1 is the row, x2 is the column. So x1 represent this. So this is nothing but row. x2 is the column. x2 represent this. This for column. Cell 0 represent x1 complement, x2 complement. As I already told, this is a min term. So in min term, 0 means complement. So what is the value of this cell? Value of this first cell. Take the row and column. 0, 0. 0, 0. So x1 complement, x2 complement. 0 means complement. So x1 also 0, x2 also 0. So x1 complement, x2 complement. Cell 1 represent 0, 1 value. 0, 1 means x1 complement, x2. See here. We have to take the row first, then column. This is 1, 0. 1, 0 means x1, x2 complement. Likewise, you have to use the representation of the cells. Then moving on to the 3 variable K-map. So in 3 variable K-map, two power n. N value is 3. So 2 power 3. Totally we have to draw 8 cells. So see here, 8 cells are drawn. They have given some questions. F equal to summation 0, 4. We have to find this expression. So first we have to plot the values. Then we move on to the grouping. So here 8 cells we have to draw. You have to draw like this only. So 3 variable means A, B, C. Here we are using the 1 variable. Another side we are using the 2 variable because it's a 3 variable K-map. Then we have to use 0 and 1. Here in a row we are having only 2, 0 and 1. Here for BC, 2 variables we are having. So for B1 value, for C, 1 binary value. So 2 binary value means you all know 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So you have to plot all these things. 0 0 0 1, then here at last 1 0, then only 1 1. So then you have to number each and every cells. This is 0 1, at last 2, then 3 4, this one is 5, at last 6, then 7. After filling the fourth cell only, we have to come to our third cell. This is the default representation for the 3 variable K map. So take this question. Here this thing we have to find out. F equal to summation 4 comma 5. So see here 4 comma 5. This is the 4 and this is 5. So in this place we have to map 1. In SOP we have to map 1 only. So 1 1. After finding this, after filling the cells, we have to group. Grouping, these are the various types of grouping. So before that, we'll see some other example. See here, summation 0 1 2 3. The 0 1 2 3 means this is a 0 1, then this is 2, then this is 3. Just to put 1 in each these cells. 0 1 2 3. Then take some other example. Summation 4 comma 6. 0 1 2 3. Here this is the 4, then 5, here 6. So 4 and 6. 1 1. After filling these cells, we have to make a grouping. Then only we can able to derive the expression. So how to make a grouping? These are the possible ways of grouping. See here. You have to group only the adjacent cells. See, this is the cell adjacency. You have to group the cells by using only the adjacent cells. For this first cell, this one is your adjacent cell. Second, then second row first one, then your first row last one. See, for this one, this is the adjacent cell. This one is also an adjacent cell. This is also an adjacent cell. So you can group like this only. For this one, this is the adjacent cell. This is also the adjacent cell. This one, this one. For the first, you have to take the last of your row or column. Here for this first cell, you can take your straightwise last cell. For this, the adjacent cells are this one, and here last cell. For first, you can take your last cell. First cell, the adjacency is the last cell, and the next cell and the upward and downward cell. These are the adjacency. See, in this 3 variable K map, we plotted 1. We have to group only the ones. So see here, for this one, this is the adjacent. So we are grouping like this. Then for this, we can group like this. 4. These 4, we can, likewise, we can group 2, 4, 8, like that only we can group. We can't able to group 3 ones or 5 ones. We can't group like this. We can group only in 2, 4 like that only. So see here, 4 ones. We can group because these are adjacency. See in this example, 4, 6. Here you are having 1. Here also you are having 1. So as I already told, for this cell, this is the adjacent cell. This is also one of the adjacent cells. So you can group like this. So for this also, first cell, last cell is the one of the adjacent cell. So you can group like this. See here, these two can be grouped like this because for these two are the adjacent cells. We can group 4 ones. Okay, these are the grouping. After grouping, we have to find out the algebraic expression. For finding out the algebraic expression, what we have to do means, take this as an example. So see the row and column. If you have only single column or single row, just to take that term. If you are having more than one means, we have to see the same thing, same number or same variable. So here 2 rows, 0 and 1. 0 means A complement, 1 means A. These two are not same because 0, 1. It's not same. Just leave it. If it is same only, we have to take more than one row or more than one column. See here, here we are having only one column. 0, 0. One column means just write as it is. 0, 0 means B complement, C complement. Then moving on to this question, 0, 1, 4, 5. So we grouped 4. So see the row and column for this mapping. 0, 1. Different, just leave it. Here see 0, 0, 0, 1. Particular column. B, C. So value of B is 0 in the first column. Value of B is 0 in the second column. So 0, same. Value of C in the first column 0, in the second column 1. So 0, 1. Here the C values, we are having 0 and 1. So it's different. So leave C. We have to take only B. A value is also 0, 1. C 0, 1. B only have 0. So take only B value. 0 means complement. So B complement. For 0, 2. Take here, this can be mapped in single row. So A equal to 0. 0 means A complement. Then we have to see the column. This one column and this column can be covered here. See the B value 0, 1. It's different. C value, second number 0, 0. Same. 0 means complement. A complement, C complement. That's all. This is the way to identify the algebraic expression after grouping. First thing is we have to draw the number of cells based on the variable map. Then we have to plot the representations 0, 1 and the variables, mark the values inside. Then after these things, we have to see the question. Depending on the question, you have to fill the values inside the cells. Then we have to make a grouping. After grouping, we have to write the algebraic expression. Then moving on to the 4 variable K map. In 4 variable K map, the same thing can be followed, but the number of cells is different. So in 4 variable means 2 power 4. 16. So we have to draw 16 cells in 4 variable K map. This is the representation. 4 variable means A, B, C, D. We have 2 variable, in this side 2 variable. So AB means we have to represent 2 binary numbers. So 0, 0, 0, 1. You all know. Here lost 1, 0, then 1, 1. Same in the column wise also. Then the values inside the cell is 0, 1, here 2, 3. Then This is 4, 5, 6, 7. You all know up to this. After this, what we have to do means, in column, we are proceeding with the last cell. Then only we are moving to the third. Likewise, for the row also. 4, 5, 6, 7 we finished. 8 can be in our last row. 8, 9, 10. This is 12, 13. At last 14. Here this one is 15. So see the question. 5, 13. So fifth cell, you all know this one. Then 13. 13 here. Put 1. These two can be grouped. Then some other example. 4, 6, 12, 14. So 4, 6, 12, then 14. Just mark the number inside the cells. Then only it will be easy for you to map the numbers. After this, we have to group. You all know grouping. So for these two, the adjacency cells or this thing. So you can group like this. So this is different. See here, 0 to 18. First mark the numbers. Then see, for this one, the adjacency cell is this and this. For this is the adjacency cell. So every corners can be marked. 4 ones can be grouped. See here, this is also one way of grouping. First and last cell. You want different types of grouping, you all know. Then for finding the expression, same procedure for the 4 variable K-map. So see here, for this grouping, see the row 1 1. Column is 0 1 1 1. 1 1 means here you are having only one row. One row means you can take the value as it is. So A, B, A dot B. Then 0 1 1 1. Here the value of D is same. 1 1. 1 means no complement. So A dot B dot D. Likewise, we have to map the values. Then this is the one example for design of combinational digital circuit. They will ask like this only. Design a 3-input ABC digital circuit that will give at its output X a logic 1 if the binary numbers formed at its input has more than 1 than zeros. So here, if it has more ones compared to 0 means you have to mention 1 in the output. So you have to put 1 in the output if it has more ones compared to zeros. So 3 input means ABC. In ABC, if it is more ones or 2 ones or 3 ones means you have to put 1. So see here, here only 1 1. 2 zeros. Zeros are higher. So see here, 2 ones. Put 1. 2 ones. Ones are more. So 1. Here 1. Then 3 ones 1. After plotting the table, we have to write the expression. So from the problem statement, derive the truth table. We finished our first one. Then from the truth table, derive the unsimplified logic expression. So we have to just derive the expression. So x equal to 3, 5, 6, 7. Take only the ones value. 4 terms we are having. So 4, 3, 5, 6, 7. Then we have to draw the K map. 3, 5, 6, 7. 0, 1, 2. This is the 3. Then 4, 5. At last 6. Then 7. These are the places we have to use 1. Then after this we have to perform the grouping. You all know how to group. So these two can be grouped. As I already told, we can't able to group 3 ones or 5 ones. So we can group only 2 only. So these two can be grouped. These two. Then this one is remaining. So you can group with this one. So you have to find the expression. So first take this one. 0, 1. A is different. See the BC value, only one column you are having. So take BC. Then for this one, only one row, A equal to 1. So A. Then see the column 0, 1, 1, 1. C value remains same. So AC. Here the A, then with the same B is same. So AB. For this we have to draw the logic circuit. This is the last step. So AC means A, B, C. Totally 3 variables. Then this is A complement. We are using the AND gate. So this is B complement. This is C complement. So AC means A. Here we are not having any complements. So no need of the complement gate also. So AC. A, then C. Then AB. AB. This one is a AB. Then BC. We have to draw AND gate. Then for adding, we have to use the OR gate. We have to add all the 3 terms. So we are using the OR gate here. The output can be represented using any variable. That's all. This is the design of the combinational logic circuit. They will give one question. For that question, you have to draw the truth table. After drawing the truth table, you have to write the expression, then K-map, grouping, then find out the algebraic expression. For that expression, you have to draw the logic circuit. Thank you.